Leslie Garber, and today I'm going to be doing a how to tack up Western video. This is Trixie. She will be my assistant. And let's get started. Alright, so the first thing you want to do when tacking up a horse is make sure they're fully groomed. I've already done this, but I'll go over the basics of grooming. The first thing you'll need is a curry comb. You'll do that in circular motions against the lay of their hair. And then you're going to go to the hard brush, which is just to get all the dirt that you just got up. It's to take it off of her body. And the soft brush is next. It's to polish their body. And I did not do that today. That's not very important. But anyway, the next one is the hoof pick. You need to clean out their hooves so that if you're going to trot or canter them, that if they have any rocks in there, you get those out beforehand, or else they could be really hurt. So now, moving on to the actual tacking up, what you're going to do is you're going to take your saddle pad and you're going to find which one is the front and the side that lays up side. So that would be this side, because first of all it's the cleanest, second there's a tag on it. It tells you that it's the right side up. So basically what you're going to do is the part that lays on their body, you're going to brush it off, make sure there's nothing in it that could hurt them when you put the saddle on. So then you're going to put it up here, up on their neck, so that you slide it back instead of up, so that you don't accidentally make the mistake of putting it too far back and then having to slide it up, because then that will pick up their hair and that will be very uncomfortable for them. Alright, so the next thing is your saddle. This is my big saddle. It's very hard to get up, but anyway, what you're going to do basically is you're going to put the cantle right over top of the tack. Put it right here, and then so it's not even, like this side has a lot more than this side, but that's okay as long as they both have some underneath it. That's okay. And you can also, if you feel like it's too far, just pick it up and slide it back a little bit. Then you're going to go behind them and make sure that the saddle blanket is even on both sides. Then you're going to slide it back off of her neck, because that will restrict how far up she can put her head. And now we don't want our horses throwing their head up in the air, but also we don't want to restrain them from doing things. We don't want to restrain their natural movement. So now she doesn't have any withers that are visible, but you're just gonna feel down here where their mane ends, or their withers if your horse has very visible withers. So then you want to take your saddle pad and slide it up towards the horn. She doesn't like this, apparently. So now we're going to put our stirrup down and our girth. So the last thing you're going to do when you're tacking up a horse, you never want to do this first just because it's the most uncomfortable part for them, is putting on their bridle. So you always put their saddle on first because it's the least uncomfortable for them. And so yeah, next is the girth. So if you've never done this before and you're a little bit nervous, just get a friend to help you maybe, or something. So basically what you're going to do is you have this little nylon thing. You have this nylon thing over here, and then what we're going to do, we're going to untie that from its little buckle. Then we're going to go underneath the horse and pull the girth up underneath them. Now you want to go as closest to their front legs as possible, because if we were to put it onto their stomach back here, it could slide forward and then it'd be really loose, and it would be like up in their kidney area, so it would be very uncomfortable for them. And when you try to do that, if it will slide forward, because this is the smallest part. It's not going to slide back because it just doesn't have enough, but when it slides forward, it's going to mess up the lay of her hair, and it'll be so uncomfortable for her. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this nylon little thing. I'm really sorry that I don't know the name of it. And then you're going to, whoops, okay. So then you're going to make sure it's all not twisted up and stuff. You're going to put it in close to their body and pull it out by you. Alright. So then you want to make sure that this isn't bent over, because that'll be uncomfortable for them. Now you're going to put it in like this, underneath right here. And you're going to take it through one more time, like this. Alright, now don't tighten it up too much because we still have to do our knot. So, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to, okay, so there are like 20 different knots, I'm guessing, for this. I know there are a couple different ones, but exaggeration 20. So I'm going to be doing the cowboy knot. I find this a very easy and secure knot, and it's easy to take out, easy to put together, all that good stuff. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to act like you're going to go through down here again, and you're going to pull it off to the left, like this. Then you're going to kind of tighten it up a little bit. Then you're going to take the end and put it through again, but this time through the right and up. Now you're going to tighten up a little bit on the girth, and you're just going to pull this right here, like this, and you're going to pull this through, and then down like this. So now she's puffing up right now. I can really feel how tense she is. So if your horse puffs out, you're going to want to tighten their girth at least a little bit, and then you're going to want to walk them around so that they'll let their air out, and then you're going to come around and tighten it again. So kind of catch them off guard. Yeah, she's really puffing out. Usually my strap will be able to easily go in here and come down about this far. So you can really tell that she's puffing out a lot. Yeah, so the next part, oh, and by the way, I always put my stirrup up on the horn just because it's easier than having to hold it on your shoulder or something. So now you're going to put that down, and now we're going to go to our bridle. Stop it. Okay, so she knows I have the bridle, and so she's not wanting to move over so that I can get in there. Now that right there, what I did is not abusing my horse. That is showing her who's boss. I didn't do it very hard. I know it sounded maybe like it was really hard, but it wasn't. It's just letting her know that she's not allowed to do that and that I'm boss, not her. And so if you let your horses take advantage of you like that and not move over when you ask them to, move out of your space, they're going to take advantage of that and maybe one day hurt you if you don't show them who's boss. Now if you show them who's boss and build a relationship with them, they're going to respect you and they're going to obey you and not hurt you. And it's just better for both of you. Neither of you get hurt if you're listening to her body language and just acknowledging what's going on with her, and then her acknowledging you. So right now what we're going to do is I'm going to put my reins over her neck, and then I'm going to pull her noseband off with her halter, and I'm going to tie it up around her neck because she really doesn't like to have her bridle put on. So I'm going to tie it up on her neck so that she can't go anywhere. And even if I didn't do this, I still have my reins. So what we're going to do is, this is your throat rotch. You're going to want to make sure that it's not underneath like this. You're going to want to put it in front or beside. And you're going to want to take your right hand, well, whichever is your dominant hand, you're going to want to stand on the opposite side of the horse's body. And then you're going to want to put your dominant hand over top of her and then hold the crown piece with your non-dominant hand. Now she's being a bit of a stinker about this. And so now I'm going to hold it with my right hand, and then I'm going to put it in with my left hand. Now she's not opening her teeth up. I would have taken my thumb and put it in her mouth by the corner because there are no teeth right there. That's where the bit is going to lay, and I can just kind of open her mouth like that. Alright, so now what you're going to do is you're going to put her ears in, and I know this looks like it might hurt her to be moving her ears like that, but it's just cartilage, so it doesn't hurt. As long as you're not crushing it, then it won't hurt her. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your halter off, and I am going to tie it up on the fence just so it doesn't like fall down or something. you're just going to take it basically and put it in. You don't have to tie it, you could just do this, but I'm going to just go ahead and tie it just so it doesn't fall. Just lay it up like that, or you have a hook laid on that. So now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the throat latch, stop it, and you're going to put it on there underneath their throat. The name. So let's see. So now I only put it on the first one because if I were to put it on the second one, it would be literally choking her. She wouldn't be able to breathe very well. She wouldn't be able to easily do what I ask her to because she's thinking about breathing. She has to be able to breathe. But if your horse does have a bridle that does go further up, you just want to make sure that you don't put it on the first one and it goes past this point. See, this doesn't even make it to that point, but it's not choking her. So it's good if it moves, but it's not good if it moves all the way up, because then it's not really holding her bridle on. So yeah, basically now, I would suggest if you're going to lead your horse, don't bite. Then you're going to, you can either lead them with the reins on top of their neck, or you can lead them like while holding. So I'm going to lead her like this. Underneath, you're going to hold underneath their head like this. Now if you want to, you can take this off. This is how you do that. You hold in your left hand the access stuff, and then you're going to hold under her head with your right hand. So now I'm going to walk her out a little bit so that she'll let her air out, and then I can tighten her girth. Now also, if your horse is like Trixie and she doesn't have visible withers, you're going to want to be really careful about riding too long, because her saddle will start to their saddle will start to slide off. This has happened many times with her. This hasn't happened with this saddle yet. So you just want to be really careful of that, and just, if you're going to be riding for a really long time, like hardcore riding, if it's just walking, I'd suggest maybe like every 2 hours or something, just get off and make sure her girth, just tighten their girth up. Now if you're going to be trotting and cantering, I'd suggest like every 45 minutes to an hour check it, just to be safe, because you really don't want to be on the horse when the saddle falls off, because it's going to be still attached to her. You're going to have your feet in the stirrups, and yeah, it just won't end up very well. And if your horse is like Trixie, she will spook when her saddle falls off, and she'll spook even more if you're on top of her when that happens. So just be really mindful of your stirrups and your girth and your bridle. And just make sure also when you're riding that you don't yank on them, because sometimes they just didn't feel you the first time, and you just need to like do a consistent gentle pull into a harder pull. You need to use leg aids, all that good stuff. She's not very good with leg aids, but we're working on it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video.